It's too far to walk. Joni, what are you doing? I'm writing a letter to Priscilla. But Joni, you know you can't write. Well, Priscilla can't read. It's great to be an American because the last four letters are what? What? I can. Let's expand our vocabulary. Afflatus. A-F-F-L-A-T-U-S. An overpowering, supernatural, impulse. An overpowering, supernatural impulse. Have you had any in your lives? In your life? Have you had any in your life? Oh, Glendora, you're supposed to talk in the first person plural. We. Not you, not I, not me. It's supposed to be we. Remember, we're all one. No separation. Confirm. Ratify. State is positive. State with great certainty. Affirm. Aver. A-V-E-R. Asseverate. See, affirm, aver, asseverate. Assert with great positive strength. Pronounce. Declare. Attest. An affirmation is a serious statement taken under penalty of perjury, but not under oath. Because a person believes what Jesus said, let your nay be nay and your yea be yea. Do not swear by Jerusalem or by anything else. An affidavit is a very serious statement taken under penalty of perjury before an authorized officer. And it is sworn. It's a sworn statement. Affectation is a representation of something that is not. Affecting. A-F-F-E-C-T-I-N-G. Stirring the emotions. S-C. Somebody who makes much and overmuch of the sense of the beautiful. Esculapian. Anything to do with medicine. Aeschylus was a Roman god of medicine. And I think that's where the thing with the serpent. Little girl, noisy in church. Mother whispers into her ear. Little girl stands, goes very, very quiet, doesn't move a bit, right to the end of the service. What did you say to your girl? What did you whisper in her ear? I told her, if you make a fuss, the priest is going to lose his place and start the sermon all over again. Father, is it a sin for me to play golf on Sunday? Son, I have seen you play golf, and it's a sin for you to play golf any day of the week. Mother, the choir was flat. Daddy, the sermon was too long. Little daughter, I thought it was a good show for a dime. Here's a clock for people who cannot see, folks.
The time is 2:02 p.m.
Gary Black in the Buffalo, New York area is going to try to do the drop boxes and take them over from George Durnford. I pay $45 a month for a Dropbox business account, and that's supposed to let me send my program by computer to as many TV stations as chosen. And so we have about 10, 11, or 12 of those. And George Durnford has set it up for Gary Black to take it over. But he hasn't heard from Gary Black. And Robert Jackson is going to enter the scene and see if he can bring the whole thing together. Now listen to this. Meriden TV, which also serves Gesture TV, and the cable TV system is Cox. The public access coordinator is David Smith. He's another one of those people that we need hundreds just like them in this world. A fine, fine gentleman. And when Arnie N could no longer sponsor the chat with Glendora and Meriden, Mr. David Smith found Glendora another sponsor, and his name is Grady Hearn, H-E-A-R-N. Here's what kind of a person Grady Hearn is. Glendora called and said, if I send you an SD card with just the footage here, there, and everywhere in any order, and with no introductions and no smoothness or no nice cuts, can you make DVD discs of them of 29, half an hour each, without saying anything? Mr. Hearn said, yes. That's the kind of person Mr. Hearn is. So Sandy wrapped and sent him the SD card, the first one. I wonder if Mr. Hearn will put his own opening on them and his own closing on them, and his own graphics if he wants. He certainly has my yes. Confirm, aver, attest, asseverate on all of those. Put as many titles as he wants on it and make an opening and make a closing. Mr. Robert Jackson, who has one eye that lost its retina and so therefore doesn't see, he has another eye, and in the year 2012 he had a cataract removed. And he says when they remove a cataract, they put in a new lens, and it's in a capsule. And that after 9 years, which would be last week, all of a sudden, this good eye was blurry when he was cable casting arts and entertainment clear across the United States into all cable companies. So many. And it interfered with his work. So he called the ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist says, "Come in." And the ophthalmologist shot a laser beam into that eye behind the capsule that was put in when the cataract was taken out. Shot a laser beam and stopped that tissue from growing over the capsule and blurring the vision. And the next day, Mr. Jackson went to work. And he's been working ever since. Well, 8 hours a day. Or is it 12? My friends Robert and Paul Snyder are brothers. And Paul is 82. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, Paul fell out of bed at night. And Robert worked, and his other brother, George, worked very hard getting Paul back into bed. And then they called the ambulance. And he went to the hospital. Paul went to the hospital at 82 years old. In a week, and they did nothing for him except put him through all these crazy tests. And so he sent him to another hospital, and another week of crazy tests. And then Paul was sent to a nursing home. And a nursing home where people seem to die in great numbers. And Paul died. Folks, I'm wondering if they had just left Paul in his own bed, maybe his body just would have recovered. No ambulances here. No resuscitation here. No hospitals, no doctors, no nursing homes. Glendora wants to die at home. The way her mother did, the way her husband did, the way her grandfather did. You don't have to be tortured the last days of your life. And you don't have to have your days shortened. Who has the final word? Your heartbeat. You can feel it here. You can feel it here. You can feel it up here. Who has the last word? Your heartbeat. Who works every single second and never takes a second off? Continuously. Your heartbeat. Isn't that amazing? 92 years non-stop. 92 years, no doctors and no medicine. Non-stop, quietly and unobtrusively. You have our respect, heartbeat. You have our thanks. You have our praise. You have our adoration. The heartbeat. The heartbeat that brings you in and it takes you out. When is it going to take you out? Now this is non-Christian science. This you don't do in Christian science. When is it going to take you out? May 1st, 2021 at age 93. May 1st, 2022 at age 94. May 1st, 2028 at age 100. The heartbeat that gave .com such a long, happy, joyful life. The happy house 3. inside and outside this happy house. The trees, the grass, the dandelions, the Valatia Kill, the sky corridor that the old trolley track opened up. The garage, the 1980 Lincoln, the 1993 Lincoln, the Valatia Kill, the willow tree 100 years old and 100 feet tall, the brand new Weeping Willow, Wisconsin, the finances, this show, The Chat with Glendora, up to date, the vegan commercials on the 6:30 p.m. news to help the animals, the Glendora Franklin Museum for the preservation of the public access, pro se newspaper record, the advertiser for the Glendora Vegetarian Club every week, the heartbeat, the heartbeat. Take a clock and just listen to it. The heartbeat, the heartbeat, the heartbeat. Lub dub, lub dub, lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. Folks, I thought you might like to hear the article for the Glendora Vegetarian Club that was in our local shopping news called The Advertiser, and our friend is going to read it to us.
Glendora had a difficult time getting an idea of what God is like. When she decided God is love, she knew right away what God is like. Everybody knows what love is. All existence is in love and what love creates. God creates everything. There is only God, and what God, love, creates is good. If it isn't good, God didn't create it. So don't pay any attention to it. It doesn't exist. There's just one thing to think about: love. And the jokes. The Baptist minister visited his flock every Wednesday. He asked why Farmer Brown hadn't been in church for a long time. Farmer Brown said he didn't go because he only had farming clothes. So the minister brought him a beautiful outfit. But Farmer Brown still didn't come back to church. The minister was appalled and wanted to know why. Farmer Brown said, "The clothes you gave me are so nice, I thought I could go to the Episcopal church."
Good going.
The bank robber said to the teller, "One peep out of you and your geography." She said, "Don't you mean history?" He said, "Don't change the subject." Two women were talking. One said, "The minister told us we shouldn't say anything about anybody unless it is good. And boy, is this good." If a horse's nose is pointing south, where is his tail pointing? To the ground. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Said the lawyer, "The bricks were loose. We have a great case. We'll sue Mother Goose." And that's it.
And Pat, thank you for that. And would you like to read to us the two advertisements that we put in the advertiser for?
Okay, the first one is Help Wanted. Help Wanted with correspondence, telephoning, assistance in making videos, and reading. And then the number, 518-931-0266.
That costs $25, folks.
The next one is under rooms for rent. Village of Nassau female. Non-smoking, no booze, parking available, use of kitchen, $110 per week. 9310266.
Well, that's it. Thank you so
That's it.
much.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is what? How did you treat others? How did we treat others? And animals are others. How did we treat animals? And what's the answer to it all? Love. Be a full and perfect reflection of love. The answer to everything is love. Have you noticed that? Do you have a problem right now? Do you have an irritation right now? Think about love. Think about loving. Loving the person involved. You see how it fits? You see how smooth it comes? Let us all be a full and perfect reflection of love. Did I tell you about the Wheels on Meals? How we have on Monday, Wednesday, let's see, on Monday, Wendy brings us this is our...
The time is 6:14 p.m.
Wheels on Meals, a Meals on Wheels. And on Tuesday, Patricia Nichols Sarr brings us a Meals on Wheels. And on Wednesday, Sandy brings us a Meals on Wheels. And these are all vegan. And on Thursday, Darlene brings us a Meals on Wheels. And on Friday, Esther Raphael brings a Meals on Wheels, and on Sunday, Sandy brings another one. And this all started because the county of Rensselaer is way behind in not catching up to vegan meals. They should give people a vegan option. And they want $3 for their meal. The county wants $3 for the meals. So I couldn't have their meals because they were not vegan. They contained poor animals. Grandma, I dropped my lunch bag on the driveway and Dad backed the car over it. Grandma, that's Wheels on Meals. So this is a grand institution. It is singular. I've never heard of any other. Have you? And it moves our veganism forward. And everybody all over the United States, I think you should write to an editorial to your local newspaper saying that as grand as the Meals on Wheels program is, and grand it is, and their logistics are dazzling, their logistics are dazzling, how they can do it, they do it so well. that it should be a vegan option. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. We got rid of the ego. Selfishness is not allowed. We want you to have it. Peace that passes understanding. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Happiness is guaranteed. A little old man and a little old lady were summoned to court because she stole a can of peaches. The judge says, "How many peaches in the can?" And she said 6. The judge says, "You are hereby sentenced to 6 days in jail, 1 day for each peach." And the little old man says, "Well, can I say something?" And the judge says, "Be brief." And the little old man says, "She also stole a can of peas." Softly and gently, Jesus is calling, calling for you and me. That's a lovely hymn, isn't it? And the Bible passage wants us to concentrate on the things that are unseen and not look at the things that are seen. Because the things that are unseen are spiritual and the things that are seen are temporal. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? What is your schedule? What time do you get up? And you go to the joys of the bathroom, getting all cleaned up and nice and fresh. Then, do you exercise the body? Do you do the calisthenics? Then do you meditate? Do you think about God? About universe? About love? About spirit? About blessings? Then you get dressed.